Hello! How you guys doing out there in YouTube land? Today we're going to be having a look at something kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool anyway. We are going to be having a look at the Universal Monsters. The Wolf Man. But it's not the Wolf Man. No, no. This is Larry Talbot 12-inch figure. This figure is from 2001, made by Sideshow Toys. You can see www.sideshowtoys.com. Again, 2001. It came out with a bunch of these Universal monsters, including the Wolf Man, Frankenstein, I believe, Dracula. I don't really remember who's in the lineup, but I know Bride of Frankenstein was in there as well. Look at the cool artwork on the back of the box here. Okay, it's trying to. My camera's trying to frame in Lon Chaney Jr.'s face like he's human. That is so funny. So yeah. So anyway, cool artwork at the bottom, at the back I should say. A couple little insets there from the movie, publicity shots maybe. On the side you get the Wolf Man graphic there in black and white. Same on that side. And a beautiful illustration of the Wolfman poster, and this was also the lobby card that I do know for sure. So yeah, these things for years, and I do mean this, for years and years and years, and I mean these things, these 12-inch Sideshow toys, they sat around in toy stores and nobody bought them. Maybe price, I don't know, but even in the used toy store that I go to, the vintage toy store, he had them for years, marked at 20 bucks, and nobody bought them. A few years back I went to go pick some of them up and they were all gone, with the exception of this one. You know, maybe he wasn't as desirable because he wasn't one of the creatures. But my theory to that is Larry Talbot was just as much, his story, his emotional state was just as much part of the Wolfman movie as the beast itself. In fact, his torment was the story. Alright, enough talking. Let's open this window box here. Ready? Look at that. You see Larry in there? Look, my camera's again trying to get facial recognition on Lon Chaney Jr. So I'm going to try to see what I can do here so you guys can see what's going on there. Maybe you can read that. Nah, I'll do a little bit of that reading too. Of course, there's a Universal Monsters licensing all over this box. We're going to get him out of the box. Don't you worry about that. So you can see you have a well-sculpted face, nice clothes. Got a little bit of a display stand there. You have his silver wolf walking stick, and of course his vintage 1940s fedora. Tell you what, I'm going to spare you the anguish of me getting this out of the box, and I'll get this out of the box and we'll be right back. We got Mr. Talbot, Lon Chaney Jr. out of his box, and I must say, I guess I'm not surprised. I mean, look at the way he holds his walking stick, and look how they made his hand so he can tip you a fedora. Look at this. I want you to see his face. We're gonna go through him a little more in detail without his hat and his walking stick. We'll go through all of his articulation too. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the screen. So yeah, his hand fits right there perfectly as he's, you know, giving the whole, and his hat fits very well. Let's have a look at that hat. And the walking stick, like I said, works phenomenally. There's his hat. Nice paint. Looks like it's molded in one color and it's dry brushed with another. And of course the hat band itself is painted in a darker brown. Very nice. And it, like I said, fits really good. The form is fantastic. And here is a partial base plate. Maybe if you want to try to get a little more stability. But he stands well on his own feet. And with his walking stick, well, that's a third leg, and he holds his walking stick very well. Let's have a look at the walking stick here. Oops, I spoke too soon. We'll get to that in a second. There's his walking stick, if you remember. Hopefully that'll focus. Let me get my face on here, like this, maybe. No? Yeah, there you go. Focused well. And the bottom is finished with a metal tip. Well, painted to be like metal. Let's get his arms down. And I can tell you right now, this guy's fully articulated. Now let's have a really good look at Mr. Talbot's face. Look, doesn't that look like Lon Chaney Jr.? That's pretty amazing. Alright. Oh, by the way, he's wearing socks. Look at his shoes. Two-tone patent leathers. Well, I don't know if they're patent. They're not. But, I mean, back then, in the 40s, you know you had money if you're wearing two-tone leathers. And he has socks on. Black socks. Look at that. Yep, those are socks. Thought maybe it was a legging that kind of ran all the way up. No, it's just, it's socks. His pants are done in typical I Have Money 40s fashion, with pleats on front and back, and the period cuff on the bottom. And it looks to me like he has a full shirt on, because sometimes with these figures they will have a partial shirt on, you know, short sleeve underneath, but as you can see, his white sleeves come all the way down. And no, I spoke too soon. Guess what? He just has a short sleeve shirt on. But let's take this opportunity and take this jacket off, because, you know, I would not be doing a fantastic review if I did not start taking his clothes off. So let's do that, and then we'll have a really good look at his articulation. And I think I detected some ab crunch in there. Let's get a look at this early Sideshow Toys articulation in these bodies. Let's look at his coat. Very well made. And it is fastened with a single hidden snap, you know, so it's a single snap right there. And this is what you get when you take his jacket off. So that's what I'm kind of used to, so I guess I'm not surprised. So his tie appears to be done with a piece of elastic, so we will take that off real quick, and we will drop his vest shirt. We'll call that a vest shirt, because, well, what else do you call it? And I can get it off of here, and take that off. And the shirt would have been awesome if it was a full sleeve shirt, but it's not. And again, it fastens together with a single clear translucent snap. Typical hidden snap. Leave that there. And he does have ab crunch. It looks very Bruce Lee-ish. Look at that. Wow, I must say I'm impressed with this body on here. Well, let's just continue. Let's take his shoes off. I'm working on it. And I must say, they fit snug. I mean, this man's wearing tailor-made stuff here. Look at this. Very nice. Yeah, these fit really good. A lot of G.I. Joe stuff and other figures, well, they don't fit like that. They kind of flop around a little bit. And let's take his socks off. One sock. Now it looks like he's getting ready to turn into the Wolf Man. And let's drop his drawers. And again, very well made pleated pants. I may iron these because the way he was strapped into the box, you got this like strap here, so they might need to be ironed. But there you are. And now here we are. Didn't take me long to get this man naked. But this thing is loaded with articulation. I'm not even going to pretend that he's not. So here we go, starting from the ankle. We have a pivot at the ankle. No rocker. Well, no, I'm wrong. No rocker. However, right above the ankle, there's a cut. Look at this. Right above the ankle. And on this knee, it's a single joint, or nope, double jointed knee. So you'll have a joint here and a joint here. Go all the way up. Very cool. And you got a cut there at the high thigh. And then of course you have the pivot out. Can you go forward? It's stubborn. There we go. It's nice for the to get the tight joints, but there is one joint on here that's loose, and it's this pivot right here. I could very loose. I'm sure there's something I can do about that. And then of course we have the waist movement here. And then of course the upper torso, and arms are on a hinge and a pivot. Then you have cut in the bicep here, double joint in the elbow, allowing you to do many things. Cut in the forearm, and then the pivot, a ball and a pivot in the hand. Hands are soft rubber, the rest of the body is hard. Going to the neck, we can do some things here. So he can go side to side, of course he'll go all the way around. He can look down, back. Well articulated figure. And there's a marking on his buttocks here. I'm going to read it. It says 2000 Sideshow toy, all rights reserved. So yes, I am pleased with the quality of this body, and the sculpt and paint is pretty fantastic too. Now let me get him. Wow, that body is really nice. It's not a hollow body. Everything is nice and solid. Very solid. Wow. In 20 years, what has happened? You know? Really. So yeah, I'm gonna take a moment and get him put back together, and we'll talk about it. Alright, I must say, you know, it's been a while since a figure has got me excited, and it just turns out that I had to go back and get one from 20 years ago to get those juices flowing again, because what I'm seeing these days, they're not doing anything for me, guys. That's why I'm not putting up video after video. Every time I go out in earnest to look for something to add to my collection, I'm not seeing anything saying take me home. If I find more like this, I will be adding them to my collection and doing further reviews. But just everything, the fit, the fiddle, the paint, that typical anguish that was on Lon Chaney's face every time he played the character of Larry Talbot. The worry, is this gonna happen again tonight? Oh no, there's a full moon. Sideshow has captured that look in his face. And the paint is phenomenal, I must say. And again, everything, the accessories, the hat, the stick, the walking stick, just even the little piece of cobblestone base that would probably be out in front of the old antique store where he went to pick up the chick. Gwen was her name. Yeah. And again, that is such a cool figure. I must say, kind of makes you want to go on the hunt and find some more. Maybe I'll try to do that before Halloween. Be nice to review some more of these figures before Halloween or during the Halloween season. Yeah, very cool indeed. So yeah, Hey, that's been my look at the 2001 Sideshow Toys, the Wolf Man Larry Talbot 12-inch figure. If you get an opportunity to pick him up, I highly suggest you do so. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Howlin' Wolf and Larry Talbot out.